Hi guys, good morning. It's like 7 o'clock. I'm in Ontario. They're doing construction over there, you can probably hear it. And I just came back from McDonald's, and what I got was two, they weren't lying, very hot, strawberries, pies, not a good start. And I got my decaf, not a good start, but it's happening. And I had the shittiest sleep last night. So when I feel scared and uncertain, I usually try to create space from life by eating fat, like fatty foods. Those are my comfort foods, right? Because I'm scared, I don't know what's happening. And I've been able to move away from the caffeine, because the caffeine really messes with my sleep. I'm very sensitive to it, I think, or it's just messes with your sleep, period, right? Like maybe it affects everyone the same and I just really noticed it. So I can't have any caffeine. It's not that I don't want the caffeine, because when I'm on caffeine I get shit done, but that's the problem, is sometimes you do too much, and part of that doing too much is from feeling like I'm not doing enough. And when I'm not doing enough, and I end up doing too much, I get sunburned because I stay out too long and I don't take care of myself. And then my body hurts and I don't stretch and I don't take care of my house on the inside, and I make impulsive decisions. So when I feel like I'm doing too much, it's because I'm also not making time to take care of myself while I'm doing too much. So that's where I cut back the caffeine. Now the fat is there, and I'm trying to manage it, but sometimes I just can't. And sometimes I fall off that dairy truck wagon, and I have to get myself back on it again and work, because dairy and me are not friends. Dairy does not, my body does not like dairy. And I don't know if it's just like from the overuse of it to try to comfort myself in the past. I know when I was a child, my dad would get really loud and blow up and then come back with ice creams and caramel. And I love both of those things, but those things don't love me, and they're toxic, and they're not the proper way to comfort a child after you've just blown up at them for whatever reasons you want to use. And so what is helpful is talking about things and communicating things. And so I think I'm going to do some of those as well. I'm having some situations that I've got to work through that are kind of triggering to me in a way, and I haven't been I haven't felt safe before to communicate them, and they haven't been recepted. Is that the right word? Recepted in the right way? But that doesn't mean I've got to stop. Like, I have to hold my space, and not anybody can just enter this space. And so I'm going to do some videos about that anonymously. And so yeah, I had a really shitty sleep, and then like I had, you know, when you had, I know I had a nightmare. I remembered it at the minute, but like when I went back to sleep and woke up again, I'm like, I know I had a nightmare, I can't remember what it was. And so I woke up. I also well, I haven't been having that much sugar because it affects my body. Like, I had the night sweats last night, and even though like I started off feeling cold, so I added an extra duvet, but I do have the air on low, not too low, but like it's pretty humid. And actually it's so interesting because like the humid was too much yesterday, but now the humid in the morning, it's nice where I can actually sit outside, because normally I'd be cold in the morning because it's too cool. So now it's like I'm out here in my yard, and it's actually nice because I have my decaf and I can sit out here and eat my little strawberry pie. And I'm considering about I want to get like a load of strawberries. Like, I'm not growing them, they're not coming up, so like I want to go buy some strawberries if they're decent price, not at the grocery store, because I don't want those ones. But so I think I might do that today. I'm also going to see my daughter today, and I also have to go to the corner cupboard, which is a food bank for us in my town that I live in, and it's really helpful. And that's where I've met some really kind, like, well, I don't know them, they're like, I met strangers that have been really, there's like, and this is not like a fail-proof test, like, because some people just don't understand their face, but like there's some people where I'm just like, when I go there, I'm like, your face is so kind, And I really appreciate that. And so like even if there's like a minimum amount of words exchanged, the kindness in that person's eyes really carries me through till the next strange encounter, which is not strange, but like a stranger encounter, where I meet a person who has been kinder than my family has been. And so it's, and it also has showed me like, this is not that hard to be kind. Because you got to understand, like with my family members, it's not like I never gave them the floor to voice their concerns or communicate their side. They just never took the floor, and they were much more comfortable with like projecting their crap onto me and then leaving, and not leaving a door open for communication. Their way of re-communicating or reconcile was like isolating me, and then coming back later down the line once they think enough time has passed and there's no conversation. They just come back in like everything is fine, and everything is not fine. I'm not okay with being treated like that. I'm not okay. So while I am lone wolfing it, I do have people along my path that have been kind, and some people are just being, and that's not always great, but it is what it is. And it allows me to practice my boundaries with people. And you know, I don't think everyone that lacks boundaries, I think there's a lack of like social skill, and I'm sure I have it too. Like I definitely look back at my childhood, and even though I was around people, I definitely lacked social skills, because I lacked confidence to speak up among other people. I couldn't even speak up in my home. I didn't get to practice in my home. You think I'm gonna be able to speak up in front of other people? Like, I just didn't get the practice or the experience. So there's times where even with my words and even with my belief systems, like I'm still revising those on a daily, so I'm not claiming to be perfect here. I just think it's being open to constructive criticism, and I have to work on that myself, because I get triggered, and there's situations that really pull me back into past relationships where they treated me in a certain way. So I have to recognize like I can still be doing that too, and it doesn't mean it didn't make me feel some sort of way, but it also maybe some people aren't aware of their behavior, and so like I can't assume every person that requires a selective amount of boundaries is like mean at the core. But when I see it, I gotta call it out, and so that's what I'm doing. So today, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with my daughter because it's the 30th, I think, and I'm also, yeah, gonna go get some groceries from the corner cupboard, and they're like staples that help you get by from paycheck to paycheck. But my paycheck currently is Ontario Works, which is $733 a month, and minus the overpayment due to my experience previously. I don't know if I want to make videos of all these things that I've like without, I don't really need to put the names in them. Like, they know who they are, and if they don't, that's not my problem. I'm just, you know, I gotta do me, and in hopes that I can teach and tell everyone like what I'm seeing and how I'm seeing it, and hopefully that's what people find helpful. From what I understand, you can't call people out unless you've actually like held them in a court case and deemed them guilty of what they've done. So I find that odd, because I think it's under the assumption like this is my perspective of what happened. And so I don't know if that removes that by saying that. I really should talk to a lawyer, because there's some things I really want to talk about, and I would really like to name some names. While I don't focus on it, I think that would be really helpful, because it kind of takes away the shame factor when some of these people are like choosing not to heal and do anything different. And I think it's important that it's like it's a way, I don't enjoy shame, but like some people just aren't learning, and they're actually hurting people, and walking away with no sort of understanding of how bad their actions have hurt somebody. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna change the way I'm doing my videos. I'm probably gonna do less cards and more lifestyle. So if that's for you, hang in there and watch and subscribe. If not, there's lots of readers out there for card readings. I enjoy it, but just not enough. It's not something I want to do long term. I might pop on and do one here and there, but I honestly, I just kind of lost. Like when I thought I could help people with it, but I don't need the cards to help people. I can still talk about my experiences and what I've learned and my lessons. And the cards for me are more of like a, you know, like a clientele that I'm kind of basing it off of. And so I'm just going to learn how to do that without the cards. Because to be honest, some of the cards, like, well, it can be interesting and fun and exciting at times. Sometimes it's just like, it makes it more confusing. And if I'm going to be completely honest, I've never made a decision based on the cards. I'll pull cards and be like, oh, that sounds like, yeah, that sounds kind of what I'm getting. But it's not always what I'm getting. And so it's a temporary, impulsive enjoyment, but not like a long-term problem-solving solution. And it can be helpful, but like sometimes it kind of feels like those training wheels in a way, where it's like, you know what, let's remove this filler and let's just experience life without having to think too far into the past, while still being, you know, somewhat responsible, whatever that means, in this world of carelessness. I'm just gonna do me, and I'm just gonna make videos, and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing in my house while I still have my house, and then I'll show you if I don't have my house, what that looks like. I'm gonna show you what I'm experiencing, how I decide to spend my time, what I do with it, if that's helpful. And I'm gonna weave in some of those lessons that I've learned, ones that I'm still working on, because they still come up, things still come up. I still get, the triggers just get less and like shorter, and like you can respond to them differently. And so that doesn't mean I'm, just because I'm not having a tantrum, a toddler tantrum, doesn't mean I'm still not being triggered or like required to stick up for myself and advocate for myself. So yeah, I still gotta do that. And I think I'm gonna get in, I don't know if I have time. Maybe I try to keep my time in the yard when the sun isn't so high, because I don't have a lot of shade in the central area, and you know, sunburn. So yeah, I think it needs some weeding out there, and I think I might cut down some bushes. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna do a bunch of check-ins like this, and if that's up your aisle, subscribe, ring the bell if you like. If not, don't. You got options. So this is my morning. I started with my decaf, and I'm gonna walk in the garden, but I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to, I don't like that. You know what, one thing I wish Apple would do, and I don't know that it's possible, I don't know what this button does. Guys, I don't know what this is gonna do. Does that change the, no, see that, why is that circle button on my screen? I have the pause button, I have the stop button, which I didn't know that the pause button was there because I've been brushing when I make my video. So that is helpful. I think that's how people stop their video without cutting their video. But then I've got this circle button here, and I don't know what that does because I push it and nothing happens. Nope, still nothing. So what I wish that button did do, if Apple iPhone is watching, I want to be able to flip from camera to camera during my videos. So if anyone's listening out there and they know Apple and they can get in touch, do it. Because you know what? That would be so cool if I could just like flip my camera from here to there. Just don't understand what the issue is. So yeah, I'm gonna walk my garden, and I'm gonna take you with me, and hopefully you get the view that I'm getting because I can't see it. And I'm gonna turn the camera around. So I wish I could see what was happening right now, but I can't. So I'll just have to trust. I mean, I did a garden tour yesterday, but this is what I love about the early morning, except like normally the construction isn't there. So maybe this is a little to-do list. I got to sweep this up today. I'm going to plant those strawberries. I don't know. I guess we could do it like this. Oh, I guess we could. Here we go. You see those strawberries right there? I'm going to plant those. There's 2 baskets. I'm going to put them in the ground. They're not doing well up there. Okay, so let's see. Where else? Oh, I definitely have to weed. Do you know what? I might take this dirt and use it to level out the lawn. I might do that. I don't know if I really want to. I don't have any grass seed. So I'm probably not going to do. These are really pretty. These are the milkweeds. I could move that little bush back here because it's not getting what it needs. So I might do that today. And What else do I want to do? I don't feel like I want to do too much. I kind of want to move those, but I think it's too late because they're so prickly, and I do have gloves. Actually, I don't have gloves. I lied. So I don't have gloves, so I can't do that. This is really pretty in the morning. This is what I really love about this spot. I don't know if you're getting sorry about the construction view. That cannot be helped. I don't know what those are growing in there. They're probably like walnut. No, they're not walnut trees, but they're two of the same. And I didn't plant anything in there except for bulbs, like that the squirrels ate. I didn't think they went after daffodils, but apparently something did. I'm gonna move some of those sunflowers away from that apple tree. And I might even stake those apple trees because that one is leaning funny and I don't really want it to grow out like that. So I want to see if I can bring that up right. And I want to clear out some of this right here. These are really pretty, but it's still a weed, but they're pretty. And I like the white against that red. And then, yeah, I got to clear all this up. So I'll probably do that today. And then these are crazy. I think I might trim some of these bushes. This is kind of wild, but I kind of like it. Like, I normally like a little walkway in here. So one of the things I've been considering is making like a tunnel. So letting it grow above, but like cutting it out like a tunnel, which I think would be really cool. Because tunnels are like forts, and forts are cool. But I do have to trim it up against, because I don't like it to go over the fence there, because that's kind of like, I mean, I guess theirs is too, but I don't like it to get too unruly because it makes it hard to maintain behind there. So I think I'm going to trim all those up. I don't know if we have one of those days for pickup for all the, you know, the greenery, the branch cut-offs. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have money to, like, I can put them out at the curb, but I've already got some behind the garage. So now I'm just walking. See, these are really pretty. I don't know if you're getting those in there. Yeah, you are. Okay, good, good. These are so pretty. Look how freaking tall these are. Some flowers make me smile. And you know what? They're also great bird feeders. And you don't have to worry about, like, you know, because like other bird feeders, if you don't clean them out weekly, you can actually make the birds sick. So these are like low maintenance bird feeders. I mean, they're kind of high maintenance. They're gonna grow, and those stalks are gonna like be dense, and then I have to break them up. But they're good for fire starters, and like next spring. So when I take these out in the fall, I'll either break them in half and then store them in like a branch bin. And then I save them next year, and they're good. They're dried out, and they're good for starting fires. So that needs a little bit of work in there too. So I'll probably just do a bunch of weeding today when I get around to it. So that's my morning, and like I said, I didn't have a great sleep. So I'm definitely feeling off. These roses are gorgeous. Oh, so I do have some blueberries starting. I don't know if you can see those. I'm not very good with, okay, there we go. Right here. That's my foot, not a fart. Okay. Oh yeah, we got some starting on here too. There's more spider webs though than the blueberries. So yeah, not a lot happening there. So that's my morning. That's what I'm up to. And yeah, I'll see you next one. And have a good morning yourself. Spend some time, taking time. It doesn't always have to be like meditative. It just has to be doing something that you enjoy. Sometimes you just gotta sit and, I don't know, just take it all in. Like, my yard is definitely a mess, but it doesn't mean I can't see, you know, the beautiful parts in it. And I think life is like that. You just have to sometimes blur out what's not working and just enjoy what is, not in a way to avoid, but just to give yourself like a moment of peace where you're like, you know what, this isn't what I pictured, this isn't how I thought it would happen, but like I said, I don't know what this looks like for me in my future, of where I'm gonna live and how that's gonna pan out, But I'm still here. I'm still in the house. I can still enjoy the house. I can still do things that I enjoy. And I think that allows other things to come in to our view when that happens. And yeah, I think it's like, I just can't compromise anymore, you know? I think I'll look for jobs. I'm looking for jobs that potentially could be a fit for me. But I'm kind of at the point where if it means like taking another job that's abusive and just paying me peanuts, I think I'd rather sell the house and start from scratch and work on building businesses, even if it's from an apartment, because the things that I have in mind don't require, I mean, if I wanted to sell plants, that's going to require space, but I'm not just a garden girl. Like, there's other things I can create, and that's kind of how I keep my mind open to like new ways of doing things, even though it can be refreshing. Yesterday I was struggling because I was like, you know what, like I could do this and I could do that, but I'm like, I'm not a professional at it, and it's not even about a professional. I'm like, I don't know enough about that area, and while I'm passionate about it, I still need to get more information about it. So, you know what, maybe this is what that is. I don't know yet, but I'll keep you updated, and I'm gonna enjoy my decaf inside the house because it's getting a little bit warm out here, and I got stuff to do. So I will see you in the next one. Let me know what you're doing with your day. Let me know how you spend it. Let me know, are you a morning person? I love the mornings. I love the quiet. I love the quiet. It's not that I don't mind, like some of the noise I don't mind. I don't like the construction noise. I definitely do not like that. I don't like when they're always walking by and stuff. I mean, it's a public street, so I guess I'll have to put up with it. But if I had a preference, it would be more peaceful and less noise. But that is life. And sometimes there are quiet places, and sometimes there aren't noisy places. So you take what you get. So before, that's all I got to say now, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.